Okay, 7th grade, here are some examples on how to solve the order of operations problems that you were assigned on Friday. Looking at this first one, remember that you need to do what's inside the parentheses first if you can. And here we have -2 plus 5, and we can do that. So -2 plus 5 is a positive 3. Okay, so that would still be in parentheses, and so we'd have -3 plus a positive 3, and so we would just do that now. And -3 plus positive 3 is 0. So 0 is the answer on this one. Looking at the next one, when you look inside the parentheses, you can't do anything with it because of this x. This 3 is being multiplied by the x, so we can't combine 3x and 7. They're different numbers. They're different kinds of numbers. And you can never combine something that has a letter with something that doesn't have a letter. So we can't do anything with that, so we're going to do what's called the distributive property, which means we are going to pass out the 2 to both things inside. And when we pass it out, we multiply it. So I'm going to multiply the 2 times the 3x, and then I'm going to multiply the 2 times the -7. And remember, the negative, anytime you have a plus or a minus, it goes with the number after it, so the 7 here would be negative. So when we say 2 times the -3x, we get 6x. The x just stays with it, because we just go 2 times 3. And then we're going to say 2 times the -7, which is -14. So I can just write it like that, 6x minus 14. Now again, this one has an x with it. This doesn't have an x with it, so I can't combine them. I can't do anything with that. So this is your final answer. Looking at this next one, we have another one with a letter. And that means that we can't do anything inside the parentheses. But there's a minus sign on the outside right here, and we need to give the minus sign to both things. So basically what we do is we just change the sign of both things inside. That means we have this 3 still, and we have -4y, so we just gave it to the 4y that's here. And now we need to give the negative to the positive 2, so that makes it -2. So what we just did is we just changed the signs of both of these things. Now we need to look at it. And the -4y, we can't do anything with it. We can't add it to the 3 or the 2 because it has a letter with it. But we have a 3 right here, and it's positive because there's nothing in front of it. And then we have -2 right here. And you can say 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. And then we're still left with that -4y from right here. Okay, so this here is your final answer. You can't do anything else with that because there's a y with the 4. And you can't combine it with the 1 that doesn't have a y. Looking at the next one, this one doesn't have a letter in it, so we're going to simplify the parentheses first, and -8 plus 3 is -5. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep it in parentheses. I'm going to bring down my 10 and the minus sign, and now I have 10 minus -5. So I have minus negative. I'm going to change this to plus, change the sign of the next number, which changes it to plus, and now I'm just going to add 10 plus 5 is 15. And so that is the answer. Looking at the last one, I noticed inside my parentheses that I do have a letter, so I can't combine -4y plus 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the outside. The -2 is stuck to the parentheses. There's nothing inside there. So this is what gets distributed. I'm going to multiply the -2 times the -4y, and then the -2 times the positive 4. -2 times -4y becomes 8y, positive 8y. Then I'm going to go back and go -2 times positive 4, which gives me -8. And I can't do anything else with that because this one has a y with it, this one doesn't. So this here is your final answer, 8y minus 8. And those are all the examples I have. If you have any questions by any others, just let me know. I'd be happy to help you. I'll see you guys tomorrow.